What's going on, everybody? This is Cory with Cory's Computer Repair, coming back at you with another video. Today we have another customer's laptop. This is a Dell Inspiron 5570. Customer brought it to me with an issue. She said straight up, I want to throw it out the window. It is completely slow. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take out the mechanical drive in here that I'm almost positive is causing the issue, and we're going to put in a 1 terabyte SK Hynix SSD, which should solve the speed issues. She's got 12 gigs of RAM in here. She's got a quad-core Intel processor. Those are not the issues. There could be some spyware or malware maybe, but majority is going to be this the mechanical drive in the machine. Right now it is a 5400 RPM, just very slow mechanical drive by Seagate, and we're going to get that switched out. So let's get to it. Okay, so the Dell is a little prepped here, and what we need to do now is we need to clone the old mechanical SATA 5400 slow drive to the new SK Hynix 1 terabyte drive. And in order to do that, we use some software I purchased called Apricorn Easy Gig cloning software. Simple file, you download it, you burn it to a USB drive, and I'm not plugging it directly into the laptop because I have a USB hub I plug everything into, and then just a single cable to the laptop. And then from there, I purchased their adapter. It's a SATA to USB adapter. We're gonna go ahead and connect that to the new drive. And then there is an open USB 3.0 port on the laptop. We're gonna plug that in. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the laptop on and continually press F12 to get to the boot menu. There we go. Preparing one-time boot menu. I'm just gonna wait for that to come up here. Now I know my drive is the UEFI, the Kingston Data Traveler. I'm gonna go ahead and select that. One thing to mention also is I did make sure Secure Boot was turned off. I cannot boot from my drive if Secure Boot is turned on. You can Google why that is if you'd like. So I did turn that off in the BIOS first. And now I'm going to select my USB drive. I'm gonna press S to start. And there we go, the software is booted up. All right, let's get started. Now I know the source drive is the AHCI drive. How I know that is because the other two options are my USB drive, and then also, remember I said earlier in the video, anything that is with this adapter, or maybe I didn't mention it, anything that's plugged into this Apricorn adapter is labeled Apricorn SATA Wire 6G. So I know right off the bat that's my SK Hynix destination drive. So source drive is right here, drive number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Destination drive, as I said, right here, Apricorn SATA Wire 6G 1 terabyte, drive number 2. Next. You're almost ready. Please verify the source and destination drives in the information box above are correct. Yes, they are. Next. And again, I have another chance to verify the drives are correct. I'm going to click Start Clone, and a final chance to verify the destination and source drives are correct. Yes, they are. Start Clone. And this is going to take about 10 or 15 minutes to complete the clone. It is fast in retrospect to other software I have seen, which is just, this is no frills, no BS. What's the source drive? What's the destination drive? Start the clone. A lot of the software I have used in the past is not this simple. That's why I like this software. So at this point, I'm probably going to speed up the video a little to get past the copy and then come back to you when it's done. All right, 94% here. We are almost done, and then we could get into the hardware side of swapping out the mechanical drive for the solid state drive. So let's just wait for it to complete here. Perfect. Please remove the destination drive. Just did. Say quit easy gig. Shut down. We'll shut down the Dell. Disconnect the cables and the power. All right, and we're ready to get started on swapping the hardware. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're back. Laptop is disconnected. We're ready to swap out the mechanical drive for the solid state drive. So we have a total of 13 screws we have to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's 2 underneath the CD-ROM drive, so 12, 13. So let's get to that. Now what we want to do is flip the laptop back over, carefully open it up, and using my spudger tool here, my pry tool, I'm going to slowly pry up along the edges to release the clips. And you'll hear it. Just want to be very careful. You don't want to break anything. One thing to note before you do this is every model is different. Dells are really good about not having anything attached to the touchpad or the keyboard, not having anything attached from this piece to the actual main board. I do verify this before I do any kind of prying or anything. HP is famous for having multiple ribbon cables connected. So what that means is before I could actually lift off the backing, or in HP's case, the top would come off. Before I could do that, I'd have to slowly lift up and kind of look underneath and disconnect ribbon cables. Otherwise, you just rip off the cables and you completely destroy a customer's laptop, end up owing them a brand new laptop, and that's not good. We don't want to do that. All right, so I've got a majority of it pried up, so I'm going to close the lid. This specific model comes off from the back. So I'm going to go to the back. You can see it's pretty much off, and I can already tell you there's no cables, no ribbon cables. Comes off nice and clean, and there we go. That exposes the hard drive. Hard drive is right here. Okay, there is an option for a NVMe solid state drive, but that's not necessary for this customer. So the hard drive is held in place by screws, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is to secure it down to the board, and then we have an additional 4 screws for the bracket holding the hard drive to this bracket attachment that we'll need to take off. So far I have 2 screws. There's 3. And there's 4. So now the hard drive kind of comes up from the left. I'm just going to use the pry tool just to get underneath it so I can get a grip on it. That's it. And now I'm going to take off the cable. There we go. So now the old drive is out. Now, as I said, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. It's very important to pay attention to how this was sitting in there. It was sitting in like this, which means if I look at the connector, the new drive is going to sit like this. So I always tend to just kind of compare, and then I'll kind of set the new drive down and the orientation it's going to go in. So all right, let's take off the screws here. That's 1. Again, these are the screws for the enclosure mount. for the drive. That's 2. That's 3. And 4. So now we can take off this tiny little enclosure here, and the old drive will set aside. Now, knowing the orientation, we'll put the new one in. Perfect. Set that down for a sec so I could prep my screws. Okay. So now we'll put the screws in. Sorry for a little bit of the shakiness. I am not a steady-handed person, but I get the job done. Okay, new drive is secured to the mounting bracket. Let's connect it to the ribbon cable. There we go. Okay, now let's put in the 4 secure screws to secure the drive. That's 2. Three. And 4. Okay, so the new drive is in. Now we're going to go ahead and put everything back together. Okay, so we got the laptop reconnected with power and my little USB hub here. Let's go ahead and power it on and test it and make sure the cloning process works successfully. Beautiful. You could already see how much faster that was. So we're up and running. And I showed you guys before how long it took for the shutdown process. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down now. Yes, shut down anyway. And we'll wait for the lights to turn off. Perfect. You can see how quick that was. No waiting, no nothing, no guessing. So yeah, main culprit here was this Seagate thin, 1 terabyte, 5400. Slow hard drive, mechanical hard drive. Got rid of that, put in a fast SK Hynix 1 terabyte solid state drive. Makes all the difference, So, okay, well, once again, this is Cory with Cory's Computer Repair. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.